What up, family? Wanted to make another video to, again, help you see the bigger picture of what I mean by reframing your mind to overstand to the best of your abilities that your body is technology and it's not just basic or regular, it is high end quality technology. It's very important so you can start making quality decisions for yourself and for your family's health. Okay, you need to be able to know how to move here because they're not telling you the full story about who you are. So in this video, you can see Blackstone acquired Ancestry.com for $4.7 billion. Okay, you'll see the date there. I believe this is Reuters, by the way, August 5th, 2020. Okay, Ancestry.com. I know most of you know who they are, but very briefly, Ancestry.com is a business that specifically operates in helping people understand their lineage or where they come from, right? So you send in your DNA or blood or whatever, and then they run tests, and then they send you a report back to tell you genetically where is your lineage, where are you from, where are your ancestors from. Now, what I want to focus on is where is that money coming from? Follow the money. The largest private equity firm in the world has decided to buy Ancestry.com for just under $5 billion. Okay, not million, not 1 billion, not 2 billion, just under $5 billion. Okay. Also, notice so number one, what do they know about your DNA that you don't? What do they know about your body that you don't? Right? This is an investment firm. This is a private equity firm. That means their plan is to make money. They decided to invest $5 billion. And let me be very clear. So this firm, as you can see here, started, sorry, not the firm, the fund itself, this specific fund itself started in 2019, okay, September of 2019. And they raised the largest ever amount, $26 billion, okay? $26 billion raised back in 2019. So let's go back, all right? So they decided just roughly a year later, not even a year later, that they are going to invest about 1/5 or 20% of what they raised straight into Ancestry.com, right? That doesn't sound like an investment where they don't know what they're doing or they don't have a lot of information already. All right. Now, remember, we're saying, what do they know that you don't know? What have they been taught about yourself that they're withholding from you that you don't know? Because they're definitely not going to tell you, right? That takes away their advantage. All right. So this is a article from the University of Colorado. You can see there, June 11, 2024. What does it say? No longer useless, the important roles of junk DNA. Let's really think about this for a second. Do you remember in school? I do, very specifically in science, they would teach you or teach us that 90 something percent of your DNA was junk. And they would literally call it that. So they tell you your mindset is framed or believes that this high-end technology in your body, there was a large portion of it that was junk. Okay, and I'm not just saying that what I remember from school, because I definitely remember it. But later in the article, you can see so-called junk DNA makes up for the vast majority of the genome, about 98%. Okay, so they're telling you the majority of your genetic DNA is junk. Now, later in this article, they're going to say, well, what we mean by junk is this and that. And here you go. What does junk DNA term mean? What does the term junk DNA mean? Non-coding DNA. And then they say it was coined junk DNA, right? So in there, basically, because they didn't understand it, that's what they're saying. Because they didn't understand it, they just told you it was junk. my argument is there's people on this planet that absolutely have known what your DNA is and the importance of it. Okay. Now remember, this is 2024 in June. They completed their acquisition of Ancestry. This is per Blackstone, okay, from you or from them for you, right? To you. They completed it December 4th, 2020. That's when they notice that year, right? That 2020 year, right? Raised the largest money ever in 2019. What was 2020? That was the year of COVID. When did they raise that large amount of money? Highest ever, record breaking, right before they acknowledged the existence of COVID. Because remember, they talked about COVID actually in the latter part of 2019. However, they didn't acknowledge it really here in the States until more like January of 2020. But it was very much being talked about. Feel free to go look it up. I remember talking to my friends about COVID back in November, December of 2019. Okay. I really need us to really pay attention. And this is just one example of what do they know about your body or your genetics or your DNA that you don't. Why were they so hell-bent on pushing you to take a vaccine worldwide, right? Not just here in America, not just in Central or South America. It was globally. They demanded that you take this vaccine, shut the whole world down, and presented you with as much, but really with as little information about what was going on as possible, right? They overwhelmed you with the information, but actually the substance of it really wasn't much if you really think about it. All right. So this is just one example. I'm gonna be coming to you at least once a week, but probably several times a week with more information, more examples, more videos, more things to consider about who you are, about reframing your mindset, about this Porsche that you're pushing around, this vessel that you have. I call it a luxury vehicle. So that way you can be more interested in learning more about who you are and what you are. It's the only way this world's going to make sense. It's the only way, as we see things unfolding over the next several months, really, let's call it 1 to 2 years, right? Let's say economic crash, possible civil war, possible martial law. We've seen the multiple assassination attempts, possible World War III. As these things unfold, okay, it's very important that you start understanding they're wanting to control you. And one of the best ways to do that is to know more about you than even you do. So that way they can create problems and then provide the solution. I'm going to try to find real quick before I close out this video. What did Blackstone themselves say about this purchasing Ancestry? From the senior managing director, we are very excited about Ancestry's future. As the company continues to demonstrate strong growth as the industry leader, we look forward to partnering with Ancestry in the years ahead to help the company further expand its product offerings and drive ongoing technology innovation. Okay? And then blah, 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 so that families can discover. Right, we all know that that's just CEO speak, right, to sound good. But most importantly, drive ongoing technology innovation. What kind of technology, what do you think that COVID shot was? That was their own technology to impact your DNA, your technology. All right? Pay attention so you don't keep falling for the old okie doke and the tricks to inject yourself, finding things outside of you, right? That's man-made in order to save yourself or do for yourself. Okay? Your body is technology. Your technology runs on things organic to the planet. Period. That's how you need to look at it. If it is not an item or something that is organically grown from the earth, it wasn't actually meant for you or for your vessel, right? If you're driving around in a Porsche, you don't put alternative fuels in there, or you don't put regular gas in there. You need premium. So learn about who you are, where you come from, and your technology that you've been given in this lifetime, your physical body. So then you can be the highest version of yourself. All right? As you can see from the channel, it's very important that you learn about your chakras. Bring your unblock those. If you've been eating trash food, fast food, McDonald's, and all that kind of stuff. If you haven't been eating clean foods, like, parasites are very real. Clean yourself out, your system out, and bring your body, your vessel back online, so you can really truly see what's going on here. Remember who you are. All right. I love y'all. Feel free to ask questions, comment, thoughts, whatever it is. Share this information, because, again, even if it resonates for you and you already know it, there are people that don't know. That's how they keep getting away with all this stuff, and why so many millions of people took this vaccine, and then next thing you know, a couple years later, the world is actually taking it back and saying, actually, we're gonna shelf those vaccines because they're not good. They're actually harmful. Right? They're saying that a couple years later, though, right? They're not that, but it's the damage is already done. Your technology has already been impacted. Fine, they got us round one. They got us in the first half. Do not let them get us in the second half. All right, I love y'all. We'll see y'all later. Peace.